As we continue on in Proverbs chapter 5 and we continue to look at the Word of God here, again, the father is warning the child, warning the son of all the wicked ways of the world and all the destruction that is going to come upon him. But then he turns it around and then he begins talking about the blessings of family and how wonderful family truly is and how wonderful the wife of his youth truly is. And so as he is giving this instruction to his son, he says this in Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 15. He says, drink water from your own cistern and fresh water from your own well. Should your springs be dispersed abroad, streams of water in the streets. And so as we're looking at this, you need to keep it into its biblical and geographical context. Remember, this is Israel. This is ancient Israel, and they're in the desert. And in the desert, a well and a cistern is a great blessing. It's an abundant blessing. And so as he has dug that well, maybe he's dug that well by his own hand, and he's made that cistern, and he has then drawn up that water, and now it's such an abundance of water. It's just overflowing into the street, and what a blessing that is, living in that very dry desert climate, to have that well to the abundance where it's just overflowing in the street. And that's the blessing of family. That's an outright blessing of family. Enjoying the wife of your youth, he talks about just a little later on. We'll talk later on in the week about. And then having that well of a family that comes up through that marital relationship and those children. And then as it even overflows and becomes abundant into the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren, and how absolutely wonderful that is. And as a grandfather myself, I could tell you what a great blessing that they are. You know how heartbroken I would be if I would not be able to have a relationship with my grandchildren, have a relationship with my children, have a relationship with the wife of my youth, the only wife I've ever had, and have that close, tight-knit relationship with her. And, then having to look on the outside in of even strangers, as it's talking about, enjoying your family. And so it goes on in verse 18, and it says, verse 17, it says, let them be yours alone and not for strangers with you. When you're running around and you're chasing after that adulterous woman, or you're playing the harlot yourself, you're opening the door where you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose your family. And strangers are going to come in, and they're going to be there and to be over your family and enjoy your family and enjoy that blessing. And you're just going to be left out in the cold. You're going to be cast to the side for a night of what you call fun or temporary pleasure or whatever. You're going to lose that wonderful, joyful, abundant blessing of family. Is it worth it? Absolutely not. Of course it's not worth it. So the Bible goes on to say in verse 18, let your fountain be blessed and rejoice in the wife of your youth. Rejoice in her. Love her so that you don't lose everything. You don't lose her. You don't lose your children. You don't lose the joy of your grandchildren. I've seen far too many people grow older. They've lost everything, and they're lonely, miserable people because they've thrown it all away for a night of passion or temporary lusts. They've lost it all. Enjoy your family today. Be faithful to your wife. Be faithful to your family today so that you can enjoy the blessing of them throughout the course of your life.